Well, here's a latest project in the garage. It's a friend of mine's dad, Joe DiAugustino's 67 Corvette. We went to his garage not too long ago and picked the car up. It had been sitting forever. I mean, I think Joe's owned the car for 20-some years. And the car was just getting dilapidated. The muffler fell right off of it. The brakes, the brake pedal went right to the floor, wouldn't stop. I had to stop the car by shutting the ignition off. It had a stock old engine that somebody modified, you know, just threw a couple parts on it, intake manifold and carburetor. It actually started and ran amazingly well, but you know, that's not it's not something that the owner of Fast Times' father should have. I mean, really, he should have something cool. So Jeff's building a big stuff fuel injected, aluminum cylinder headed 454 cubic inch big block, and we're gonna stick. It started out with, hey Nick, you want to stick a motor in my dad's car? And as you can see, it turned into a little more than that. Everything I touched on the car, every single thing basically fell apart in my hand. I mean, the hood was mounted to this area, and I have no idea what this area was mounted to. I think it was mounted to air. Really, I mean, it was cracked right off. So I wound up gluing it all back together using fiberglass matting and gel, and then, you know, before you know it, you got to make it look pretty by putting a skim coat of Bondo on it. Now it's all pretty and sanded, and I'm going to wind up painting the engine compartment with DP90 to make it look good. Graham is working on the inside of the car, and he started taking out, it started by saying, well, we want to just modify the wiring for the fuel injection, and now the interior is basically gutted, and we're going to wind up rewiring everything on the car so that it's safe. I mean, every wire end going into the fuse box was basically melted. I mean, it was a fire waiting to happen. I have no idea how these cars even drive. This can't be the only one, folks. When you get home, you got to look at your fuse box because it sure didn't look safe to me. So we did little things today, basically clean up the frame rails today and rebuilding the headlight motors. Just because, I mean, I think they were like $500 on the website to buy new motors, and all we did was just take them apart. Believe it or not, cleaned everything nice and clean. Put royal purple synthetic grease in everything, put it back together, and they work flawlessly. So really, what else can you ask for? You know what I mean? At one point in this car's life, obviously, somebody must have decided to upgrade the brakes. Now, what was really funny is Jeff had told me, the owner of the car's son, told me that it's got power brakes on it. Well, I start looking. This is, I believe, a master cylinder and booster out of like a 72 Corvette. So somebody had to adapt this stuff to a 67 Corvette. Well, that's no problem. Problem solved. We just get a bunch of 3/8 thick angle iron, and we cut it out with a torch, and then we arc weld it, because that's not even MIG welded. I mean, it's hideous. And I swear to God, I could do curls with this. I could get stronger using this. So this is how they decided to mount. They must have gotten this assembly off of some 72 junk Corvette or something. We decided to buy all the original correct looking stuff so that when you open the hood, at least it looks like it was meant to be there. I mean, rather than somebody, I mean, arc welded. You know what? Arc weld with the stick and the arc weld. So the next step for the project right now is obviously we're going to be putting a big block in it, so we need to, with fuel injection. So we ordered a new gas tank. We're going to weld bungs in it so that we can use an EFI style electric fuel pump. We bought a, you know, obviously we need a killer pump for that application. So we've got this. It's pretty. Jeff bought it because he liked it. It's going to be under the car. Nobody's going to see it, but I'll point it out to you guys right now. It's pretty. We bought lowering springs. We've got a fiberglass rear lowering spring. This is all from Corvette Central. We've got, we're going to lower the back of the car 1 inch, lower the front of the car 1 inch. One of the funny things was Jeff had said to me, we're going to put a big block in it, and I go, well, isn't that kind of unsafe? And he goes, what do you mean? Those cars had big blocks in it from the factory. I go, on bias ply tires that are 30 years old, are you nuts? So come on over here and you tell me. When we got the car home, I mean, I don't know. You think those tires are in bad condition? You think I'd run those tires? Look at the cracks in them. And I believe, I mean, they're like 15 by 5 or 6 inch wide rims. You know, the footprint on it, my hand is way bigger than it. So that's ridiculous. It's unsafe when you put 650 horsepower in it. So we got a nice set of Goodyear tires and a set of American Racing polished torque thrusts. That's the only external thing that's going to make it look kind of go fast. A set of side pipes, but basically it's going to look like a '67 Corvette with a big block hood in it, and it should run well. I mean, we'll see. So hope you guys can stick around for the build process.